Happy birthday to you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well today. This video is just a little piece of my everyday life as a mom. Nothing perfect, nothing planned, just real moments. So this video starts with me changing the bed sheets. A simple task, right? Well, not exactly. My little boy is always right there with me on the bed the entire time, watching, moving, playing, and making it just a bit more complicated. Changing sheets used to take a few minutes. Now it takes patience, a few deep breaths, and a whole lot of love. And I wouldn't trade these moments for anything. Also, the bed sheets I'm using here, I've linked them in the description box for anyone interested. They are really good quality, soft, and comfortable. Perfect for everyday use, especially with a baby around. I know how busy days can feel, especially being a mom and specifically a new mom. From the moment we wake up, it's all about our little ones. But somewhere in between caring for everyone else, we forget that we matter too. Finding a little me time, doing something you love, even for a few minutes, can make such a big difference. It's okay to choose yourself sometimes. It's okay to slow down. Because when we take care of ourselves and love ourselves, we are able to love others more genuinely and wholeheartedly. So just remember, you're doing an amazing job, even on the days that feel overwhelming. This day was a little special for me. It was my birthday. Okay?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
As moms, birthdays can feel different. They are not about grand celebrations anymore, but about gratitude for life, family, and all the small joys. This simple cake cutting reminded me that happiness doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes simple is more than enough. I had so many carrots sitting in my fridge for days, and every time I opened it, I kept telling myself I should make something nice with these. After a lot of planning and a little procrastination, I finally decided to make a carrot and dates cake. I already had enough dates at home and I really didn't want to add any sugar. So I took a good amount of dates, pitted them, and soaked them in about 1.5 cups of warm milk. Earlier, I could wait quietly while things soaked or rested, but these days, I don't sit idle. There's always something to do at home. And while the dates were soaking, I was preparing food for my little one. Sometimes I feel like staying busy actually keeps me happy. Not saying it's right all the time, but there's some truth in the saying, an empty mind is the devil's workshop. So I try to keep myself busy, especially with things I love doing. Because happiness doesn't always come from resting, sometimes it comes from creating. So the dates are nicely soaked in milk now, and it's time to blend them into a smooth paste or a smooth mixture and keep that aside. In a big bowl, I broke in 2 eggs. And whisked them for a bit until they were well mixed. Then I added the blended dates, followed by half a cup of oil. You can also use ghee or melted butter here if you want extra flavor. A teaspoon of vanilla essence goes in, and everything is whisked together nicely. When it came to adding whole wheat flour, I wasn't really sure about the consistency, so I started with 1 cup first, then added 1 teaspoon each of baking soda and baking powder. After mixing, the batter felt a little too runny, so I added another half cup of wheat flour. Next comes in the freshly grated carrots. I added a good amount and mixed everything well. And to keep my kids happy, I added plenty of semi-sweet chocolate chips because a little chocolate always makes things better. I recently saw these cake liner creations in a reel and decided to give it a try. The bottom round liner was familiar to me, and for the sides, I just followed what I had seen. A few more chocolate chips on top, and the batter is ready to be baked. Bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. On the same day, I was still in a baking mood. So yes, more baking happened. Along with the carrot cake, I decided to make something I had been longing to prepare for a long time. Stuffed buns with chicken filling. I had made these so long back and the craving just came back. At first, I thought of making mini cheesy garlic buns, the kind you pull and eat like popcorn. But then I wasn't sure if that would be enough for dinner, so I changed my mind as usual. I started by activating the yeast. In my mind, I wanted to use whole wheat flour, but I had already started measuring all-purpose flour, then remembered and kept it back. I wasn't sure if whole wheat alone would turn out well, so I decided to mix both. I used 1 cup of all-purpose flour and the rest whole wheat. 2 cups in total. Once the yeast was activated, I added 3 tablespoons of olive oil, then the flour mix and some salt. Now comes the kneading. I added a little more oil to help it come together into a dough. After spreading some oil on the surface, I kneaded it a few more times. And soon a soft dough was formed. This needs to rise for about an hour. So I oiled the bowl again, placed the dough inside, covered it and let it rest. For the filling, I used chicken I had cut into small pieces. To that, I added paprika, Kashmiri red chilli powder, turmeric powder, pepper powder, dried basil, dried parsley, salt, tomato paste, and olive oil. Everything was mixed well and kept aside for about 10 to 15 minutes. I shallow fried the chicken in hot oil with a little butter. While that was cooking, I kept the rest of the ingredients ready. Onion, spring onion with the leaves, capsicum and coriander leaves. I kept mixing the chicken in between, and once it was done, I took it out of the pan. In the same hot pan, you can add a little more oil if needed. I sauteed garlic until light brown, then added onion and spring onion. Next, blended the chopped capsicum, cooked for a few minutes. The chicken was still hot, so I roughly chopped the bigger pieces with scissors to make them smaller. Into the pan it went, followed by the spring onion leaves and coriander. Just 1 tablespoon of soy sauce to enhance the taste, and the stuffing was ready. In between all this, we had guests, our cousin and family. If you have been watching my videos, you might know them. So I got to serve them the cake I made. It was more on the fudgy side, and I guess they enjoyed it. The kids loved it too, probably because there were lots of chocolate chips. There were only a few pieces left by the end. They sat with us for some time, and they had also brought shawarma for everyone, so dinner was almost sorted for that day. Later, I continued with the stuffed buns. The filling was ready, and the dough had risen beautifully. I kneaded it a few times after taking it out, then cut into equal portions. Each dough bowl was slightly flattened, filled generously with the chicken mixture, and adding mozzarella cheese gives so much extra flavor. Close it properly and place it on a baking tray. I covered the tray again and let it rest for another 10 minutes. Then baked it in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes or until the buns start changing color. I made a quick glaze with melted butter, grated garlic and coriander leaves. This step is completely optional, but it adds shine and extra taste. I spread it on each bun. Place them back in the oven and bake for another 5 minutes. And that's it. Serve it warm. It was super hot and incredibly tasty. Next time I think I'll try making it with just whole wheat flour. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed spending this little slice of my day with me. Stay happy, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon in my next one. Until then, bye-bye.